Greetings brothers and sisters, Bartek here with a review trying to answer whether surviving the aftermath is worth playing in 2023. Short answer, definitely. Thanks for watching, I'll see you on the next one. But seriously, this one flew under my radar, and I'm kinda glad it did, because playing it in 2023 means that we get a polished product with much more pros than cons. Okay, but let's start from the beginning. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content from Gamesquisition. Surviving the Aftermath was launched in November 2021 to very mixed reception. Optimization, bugs, and balance were among the biggest gripes the players had with this game. Now, in 2023, nearly all these issues are completely ironed out, and players can enjoy an immersive, compelling, and engaging experience. Surviving the Aftermath was developed by Iceflake Studios and published by Paradox Interactive. The game is a post-apocalyptic city builder in which you're tasked with ensuring the survival and well-being of your ever-growing colony. This time, the apocalypse didn't come in the form of a pandemic, a zombie outbreak, or nuclear war. This time, humanity was brought to the brink of extinction by a cosmic event. After global superpowers ignored the threat by vying for dominance, the world was caught off guard by rains of fire and thousands of comets pummeling the Earth, killing billions, leveling cities, and taking civilization back to a nomadic, survivalist, and endangered species. The game lets you play the campaign, scenarios, or a sandbox mode. I played the campaign. Before you start, you choose a few settings that influence the difficulty. I opted for a rather easier one because I have enough troubles and stresses at work. When I come home, I want to unwind and get immersed into watching those tiny little guys on screen do their best at beating the odds and trying to survive. Mind you, if you're more a sweaty player, you can ramp up the challenge to a stage where playing the game turns into a harrowing, stressful, and nigh impossible experience. To each their own. Next, you choose your colony's banner, its name, and optionally the motto. You can also choose two specialists who are special units, and I'll come back to their role in a bit, and you're ready to start. At its core, Surviving the Aftermath is a standard city builder, but what makes it so enjoyable is the sheer and enormous depth of the game. You of course begin with providing the colonists with water, food, and wood for building basic structures, but very soon you spiral down a rabbit hole of expansive tech trees, of which there are 5. Each discovery lets you upgrade your existing structures or production lines, or allows you to construct new buildings, furthering the advancement of your settlement. There are literally dozens of them, and unlocking them all will take a long time. At this point, it's worth mentioning that this is a very slow-paced game. You have the option of increasing the flow of time, but if you play on normal, like I did most of the time, you're in for dozens of hours of fun before you reach the goal of the game, which I'm not gonna give away here. At the time of writing this, I have about 20 hours clocked in and am nowhere near finishing. But as soon as this video is out, I'm jumping back into the game to take my little dudes to victory or straight up doom. After you construct your basic housing and get your food, water, wood, and plastic production up, you get a mini-quest of building the gate to your settlement. Now, this serves a few purposes, such as filtering newcomers to your colony. Over time, small groups will come and ask to join your settlement. You can invite them in or send them on their merry way. Usually, they come with some supplies that they'll be happy to give to the colony stockpile in return for shelter and a place in your community, but choose wisely, because each person within the walls means bigger food and water consumption, and those resources can be at times at a premium. On the other hand, like in most city builders, you need more people to grow and expand, so it's always kind of a balancing act. Also, beware. Sometimes there will be a black sheep or a few of them among the newcomers. As soon as you let the group in, it might turn out there were bandits or looters among their ranks. This is one of the instances where your specialists can come in handy, since they are armed from the get-go and they're invaluable at protecting your colony from outside threats. At times, you'll also get traders at the gate who you can barter with for needed resources. The most important role of the gate, however, is to send your specialists, of whom you can have a total of 10 at any given moment, into the wild. Because this game is published by Paradox, there is of course a world map which complements the local base building mechanics. The map's divided into provinces, which you need to scout to gain access to spots, which you can then loot with your specialists for extra resources. There are also bandit outposts, which you can try to take out for some extra goodies, or other settlements with which you can trade with once you've researched and built the trading post in your colony. Exploring this overworld map is crucial for getting science points, which you absolutely need to make scientific advancements and progress your tech trees and your colony. Once you've picked all of them up from the map, you can also build research outposts, which will give you a specified number of science points per number of hours, which differs from province to province. Remember to do this because scientific advancement is a key prerequisite to the success of your people. Back in the colony, you'll also be occasionally presented with events that you need to respond to. For example, you can find out that some kids were stealing wood from your stockpile to build a fort that keeps them entertained in this harsh world. You can choose to let them keep the fort, which will give your colony a happiness boost, or you can choose to tear it down to reclaim the resources,